Hey guys, welcome back to episode 3 of slashff. I'm a bit embarrassed to say, but OBS had a bit of a screw up, so we're pretty much re-recording this. We're going to be a bit more abridged than we did. We recorded this literally yesterday, and it was a good video, but yeah, unfortunately OBS messed up the audio, so we're going to have to redo it. How have you guys been? Will, Michael?
Cold. Going pretty well. Played a lot of League today.
Cold?
It's fucking freezing here, but what can
Yeah,
you do?
Chicago's, negative 20, negative like 50 with wind chill, but
Yeah, it is.
that's the Midwestern life, yo.
Why can't I be back in LA? Jesus Christ.
Hot Chicago over LA, 8 ping. Anyways, so today we're just going to be going over pretty much LEC and LCS. Given this was the second week of LEC, a lot of exciting things happened. And same thing with the first week of LCS, a lot of upsets. We talked about LCK and LPL in the other video, but it wasn't very substantial, so there's no real reason to go over it because we didn't have too much knowledge of it. There's just some brief things.
It was basically IG.
Right, yeah. There's just it would be easier to cover that stuff once a few more games come out, so there's a higher sample size to talk about for that. But yeah, let's start out with LEC. Obviously the meme with FNATIC being 05 now,
Yeah. Gotta restart the season, dog.
Yes. You mean remake.
Remake, yeah.
So
remake this season.
they're going to have to play against Rogue, the other 04 team, though, technically speaking, next week. So I kind of hope they lose that because it'll be funny.
I do too, because then they play Misfits, and I think it's very Misfits favored for that matchup.
Yeah, I have no ill will towards Fnatic players.
I
It's
just wanna
just it'd
see.
be funny.
Soaz versus Bwipo.
You want to see Soa's body Bwipo?
Exactly, dude. Bwipo's played terrible. I think he's the biggest problem with their team, him and Hillsang.
I was gonna say Hylissang.
Yeah.
And what
Nemesis
is-
is probably performing one of the better.
I feel bad for Nemesis because he has played well, but
Reckless has been probably pretty underwhelming, but I feel like that's how he was last year, too.
Misfits also taking their first defeat this weekend. I don't think, in my opinion, it's too shocking. Some people were like, "Oh, the super team went down, super team," but I don't know. I just don't consider Misfits the same level of super team as G2 was. G2 put together, they stole Caps, the Prince of EU. They have Perks, one of the top 3 in mids, go to ADC. They took Mickey X from Misfits, who was an insane mechanical support. So it's like, I don't know. I see G2 as being like a EU super team for the most part. But I don't see the same thing with Misfits, because they have Febvin coming off on an off year. Soaz arguably still good, but, he was the sub for Fnatic. Ultimately, they didn't choose to keep him either. And their bot lane is kind of up and coming, as far as Hansama's concerned. Gorilla is more proven. I would say Gorilla is worthy of that level. But the other players right now are a bit more unproven, at least in my view.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
Especially as to even when Misfits lost Vitality, I think it was more, as much as I love Vitality and I think they're a very aggressive team and pretty solid, I don't think it will hamper Misfits momentum, if that makes sense. I still think Misfits are on track to have a really strong season.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I'm still excited for Misfits versus G2, but now that there's a lot more 3-1 teams, it creates a bigger, competition toward the top. Other interesting thing, so this goes without saying, but we're in week 2, so there's a low sample size, so 3-1 doesn't mean too much. It is unfortunate also for Origin that they're sitting at 1-3 right now. Origin's trying to earn back a lot of fan respect because they're an org that kind of died and then came back, and then also Deficio's on it now. So they, if they aren't successful, they will lose a lot of fans.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is there anything else stand out about LEC we want to talk about? I know in the other one we went a bit more in depth, but I don't think there's anything super necessary, right?
No, just that Schalke's, I think.
Oh, Schalke is surprisingly good right now because they lost all their players last split. Yeah.
I think Upset is actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a really talented player, at least ADC wise.
Okay.
If anything, we can if we forget anything, cover it for the next episode.
Yeah. Okay, well, then let's move over to LCS. I believe
we care about. Best
all right. Yeah. So I believe the way we did this, we actually started kind of toward the bottom of teams.
We started bottom.
So let's start with 100 Thieves being 0-2.
Do we want to start from the bottom and just talk up?
Yeah, sure. Well, that's what I mean. 100 Thieves 0-2, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
we're talking from last place. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the most exciting one, right? Because it's like everyone thought, I don't think anyone was rating who he as a great mid laner, but they thought like, oh, synergy with Afromu, he had a bad year on CLG, whatever. You bring over Bang, and their team's going to be a lot stronger. But you know, I was I overshot the efficiency of like how good who he would be on the team. I think like he kind of inted pretty hard into Niski, but I don't know. I had my concerns going in was that if they don't change their style to play around someday, or like if Anda doesn't get stronger, Bang's still not going to carry the game for you because he's never been that type of player. It seemed that way this week, but I think I still live strong on the hype that Bang brings over. So yeah, I mean I had them number 2 on my standings, and it's only been 1 week, but going 0-2, especially against I mean they have a hard schedule, right? They had TSM and then
they played TSM and they played C9.
Cloud9, yeah. So they have a hard schedule.
2 of the top 4 teams.
Yeah, it's hard to make an extreme judgment right now, but at least play style wise, it doesn't seem like they've changed too much from last split. It just, I don't know, like they played very defensively.
Yeah. Anda underperformed and who he played terrible. That's basically the synopsis from this week.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about CLG being 0-2. I know Michael's very happy about that.
Yeah, CLG being 0-2. I mean, it's time like taking like
a dead
down
horse.
puppy at this, yeah. They lost to Optic Academy.
Yep.
First of all, and then they lost to who did they lose? TL on day 2.
And TL is expected though.
The TL is expected, but losing to Optic Academy is like that's got to be a blow to your confidence, especially that they switched out Shauna immediately for the game against TL for Fallen Bandit, I think. So CLG is an interesting case. I think we need to see like how much of an impact Wilton will have on their mental strength.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think Stixxay and Balfrost are underperforming. I think CLG can, like, again, it's only like 2 weeks into the season, but if this trend is, especially if they go like, I say they have to go 2-0 this weekend in order to get their fans' confidence back. I think if they go 1-1, it's still gonna be brutal, like unlike their fans' expectations of them.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think one of the other ones that was unexpected was Golden Guardians, right? Everyone hyped up like, okay, Golden Guardians are mid-tier players, which means they have to play solidly just off their individual skill. It's likely that they go pretty even. You know, the first half of the split going 0-2, it actually looked like it looked like they didn't really have an idea of how they wanted to play. You know, they stuck Hanser on a top lane mage most of the time, wanted him to scale up, but he wasn't there for some of the more important objective contestants. So it's like a lot of stuff that it felt like they weren't exactly together.
Yeah.
Will, how are you thinking about the boys Golden Guardians? You're a fan of Ole, yeah?
I think Ole's a good person. I don't know if he's like the best support ever. I think he's really wholesome. But I thought the team would have been better out of the gate than a lot of these other teams, seeing as though they're all pretty decent players in their position. None of them are like bottom, maybe deathly, but
yeah,
it just didn't seem like to me Froggen was comfortable on Urgot, and it didn't seem like Ole and Deathly had that good synergy.
Yeah, I mean,
contracts died a lot, so.
This still goes to be the team that I do think Froggen definitely does have to prove himself on, because the teammates, while they can technically drag him back, they shouldn't drag him back that much, given that they're all like decent players. So if Froggen wants to prove like he is as good as some people say, or he believes himself to be, right? I'm not doubting. I'm not saying he is or isn't. I'm just saying though that is what he's trying to prove and what the community wants to see. This team actually does serve as a good way to do that. The Urgot pick, not a lot of agency that shows individual skill, but throughout the course of the season, if the team doesn't perform well, it does kind of reflect poorly on Froggen's statements.
Yeah, I agree. I think when we talked about it before the audio got screwed up, I was saying how if you look at Froggen solo queue, his most played champions are Lux, Veigar, and GP. So is it a thing where Froggen can only play certain types of champions, which are either these scaling mages, or like these poke mages, or can he not play the meta champions in mid, which is like the Urgot, the Lissandra? I'm sure he can, because like he is a fantastic player, but is it good enough to play against the other mates? Is what I'm curious about.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, definitely like the mid pool has a lot better players than it did like a few years ago. You still have Bjergsen in there, you have
Yeah,
Jensen
seems
there.
like based on solo queue, it seems like he's still in that streamer mentality
Yeah,
and
Jensen.
not really playing the meta champions and forcing himself.
Any other teams O2 this weekend? I don't think so, right?
GGS,
No.
CLG.
Everyone else went
Thieves.
1-1.
Okay.
Let me
better.
double check. Let me double check.
Yeah.
I didn't pull up.
It's only those three, because then Optics and
Okay, 1-1. Let's talk about
or
Echo
7.
Fox then.
Yeah, Echofax.
They put Rush on Karthus twice in a row.
Terrible decision.
Yeah, I agree with
I mean,
that.
I don't know what's going on in their scrims. They probably have a reason for that. I thought Phoenix played well though.
Phoenix played well.
Yeah, same with Apollo.
I'd like to see Rush play. No, 100 Thieves also went O2, but
Yeah, we talked
at
about
the
it.
beginning. Yeah. But again, like we saw, it's Smithy bust out Lee Sin. I think it's completely fine for Echo Fox like to play Lee Sin. I'm not sure whether or not, especially the way their team comp is set up, like their players are set up. They have a very stable bot lane. They have solo top, and then they have Phoenix. I think having Rush enable Phoenix through like a Lee Sin pick would be a lot better than having Rush be this big carry on Karthus who can blow up instantly.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. I do think though that definitely Phoenix and Apollo look like they're still in it. I didn't see too much. I didn't look too much about Hakuho, but definitely those two players showing that they can perform, and that my ratings might actually be wrong. For
Do we
Echo
want
Fox
to
again.
talk about the interview side of Echo Fox?
Sure.
Again?
Yeah,
Tweet.
go for it.
Rush saying he's hiding his picks.
No, the almost super team they were gonna
Oh,
have.
sure, yeah. So Echo
yeah,
Fox.
that's smart. He does.
So Echo Fox originally wanted to bring in Peanut, which they also would have signed Pull Belter from TL. So they would have Huni, Pull Belter, Peanut, probably a different bot lane. But the thing is, all right, pretty much what happened is that Dardoch was also looking to join Optic, right, at the same time. But they held on to Dardoch because they didn't know if Peanut was going to come or not. DeMonte also left to join Clutch Gaming, like he wasn't going to get re-signed anyways. So he said like, okay, if Huni comes along to Clutch, I'll join Clutch. So pretty much everything fell through into pieces as soon as Peanut decided to go to Gen G because Gen G was offering more money, I believe. This meant that Dardoch had to be held onto contract a bit longer by Echo Fox. Huni ended up going with DeMonte over to Clutch. Clutch traded some players over to them. They got solo, Apollo Hakuho, and this meant Pull Belter no longer saw Echo Fox as an option, so he ended up going to FlyQuest. This screws over what's his face. So now they end up having to get Phoenix for the mid laner. This screws over Dardoch because Dardoch now was signed late after they got Rush, and then that's why Dardoch ended up on Optic Academy.
And it forced Echo Fox to panic, and then all the other players were basically signed by the time.
Yeah.
So then they just signed Rush for like that shiny like new guy.
Yeah, he's our star. Like.
And they're just like, oh, we got Lorlo, solo, and they're like, oh, here's Phoenix back, yay. So.
Yeah.
It's just kind of funny how that ended up happening.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so I think that's mostly all we want to do with Echo Fox. I don't think there's too much to say right now. Obviously first week.
They're just there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other 1-1 team, Optic Academy. I mean, what can I really say about Optic Academy? I mean, okay,
See once Error gets there, what happens?
Yeah, I was gonna say Asta played very well, and like Crown also mechanically played well. I heard Zabutine's interview where he was talking about, okay, you can't exactly say Crown's washed up mechanically because he did have to lane against BDD, Chovy, and Faker to get out of Gauntlet for Worlds. Like, he got pooped on by Jensen, but it's like he still had to play against a lot of other world-class mid laners, so he's not as exactly washed up as other people might say. But it still has I do understand the arguments about like mental boom, right? Because the team is like very fragile. It's just with their performance this week, I'm thinking keep Asta, gut out Alorum, and bring an import top like Flame, and that team could actually like be in better contention.
Yeah, they can definitely like compete for a playoff spot.
I hope they go positive. What about you, Will?
No.
I already
Why
have
not?
to go positive.
I hope they don't win another game.
Why not?
Why not? That sounds really pessimistic.
Just,
and mean of
I'm just not a big Optic fan.
you. I wonder why. Is there like some actual pressure on
Will's
you?
the closest one to losing his bet. If you guys don't know, in the second episode, we went over our bets. Pretty much, if Optic goes positive this split, Will has to buy an Optic jersey and wear it to our school club every time he goes to it.
Yep.
If CLG makes, was it playoffs, right? Michael would treat us to lunch in the dining hall or dinner.
COG meets semis.
Semis. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but it was very low risk. And if Echo Fox makes semis, I have to play some Siege with them, that's not going to happen. They're not making semis, so.
No, they're not.
Will's the closest one to.
Yeah. I mean, we also have an underlying bet about Clutch.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when we get to Clutch, though. So yeah, Optic. I do want to see what happens when Arrow gets in, but other than that, not much I think about Optic.
Yeah.
Exciting performance. They didn't look 100% together with how they wanted to engage stuff, but yeah, again, they didn't look like poop either, so that's good for them. All right,
Yep.
Other 1-1 team, TSM, right? That's the other one.
Yep.
Yeah, TSM went 1-1.
Okay.
Technically, I was right. I predicted go 1-1 this week. Not against the teams I thought they would.
They got zixed.
I think they played well. I think Broken Blade's showing a lot of promise. And yeah, I think they play well.
Okay. I mean, differences between game 1 and game 2. What were you thinking? Especially with what's his face, Bjergsen on Urgot.
I don't like the Beardson Erdal pick. He's like 0-3, 0-4 on it. But my biggest fault I had with TSM is that in the second game they didn't play around Broken Blade. But again, I think that's just growing pains of the team. Broken Blade's a complete rookie. He was like 4-0. He was like smashing Huni in the Victor versus Aatrox matchup. He solo killed Someday in 100 Thieves. So I think TSM will show their true colors, like, and how strong of a team they are by summer.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for now, honestly TSM first week is very promising.
Okay.
Very promising in their in how they look.
What about Cloud9, another 1-1 team?
I mean, Cloud9 had played TL game 1, so that was really rough
Yeah.
for them. And then they played 100 Thieves, and they played well.
I think Niski is showing up that he is a good mid laner.
I agree. I agree 100%. It's just, they had a very hard strength of schedule.
I was gonna say the thing with
Push.
Cloud9 was that like, I don't think any of their players played poorly, but their players were good but made mistakes, right? Like especially in the TL game, it felt like the TL players played good but didn't make mistakes, whereas the Cloud9 players played well but made mistakes, like Sneaky TP to lane, Sven doing a bit of an int, Niski making some missteps. It's like they played well, it's just they got punished, and TL was in position to punish them for what they did. So
and they got
like,
punished like really smartly as well.
Yeah, so they pretty much just got over I don't know, just
over either.
Yeah, like piece for piece, they just got outclassed kind of by TL, except for top lane. Top lane was more of just like a variance in playstyle, but since Impact's kind of a rock, Licorice was playing well. It's just the rest of his team wasn't at the same. Didn't feel like it was at the same level there.
Yeah.
I saw the TSM Sven chants in chat when Sven Skiren was running at them. They keep saying "Brother Sven."
Yeah, brother Sven.
Yeah.
You know it, brother. Yeah. I think Sven. I'm not sure he wanted to pick. I know he thinks Nunu is a really good matchup in Lee Sin, and he did have a lot of control early on. Is that I think Team Liquid as a team played better.
Yeah.
Than C9 did.
So let's go over the Dark Horse FlyQuest.
That's on you.
My boys, dude. FlyQuest, the team I was rooting for last split, the underdog. They're popping off, and Poe Belter, notorious POB, formal immortals, popping off. He's leading the league in KD right now. He's killing it. It looked like they played really well as a team. I was pretty impressed. I'm interested to see Viper versus Broken Blade this week. If that's if they put them.
Who gets Riven?
That's if they are both going to go mechanicals. I'm pretty sure one of them is going to be put on a tank, and if I'm guessing it would be probably Viper. But who knows?
That's probably gonna end up like Sion versus Aatrox or Sion versus Urgot or something.
Yeah, but the plays that FlyQuest made, I was pretty impressed. They were pretty. Whoever shot calling seemed like they were pretty fast to respond. They just went right on the call.
Yeah,
outside of
FlyQuest
JJ and
very
took away their
confident.
early game.
Yeah.
But yeah, they played really well. I thought.
Yeah,
So,
FlyQuest just seemed very confident.
forward.
Like they didn't when they pulled the trigger, they knew what they kind of wanted to do. Again, like you said, the caveat of JJ early game 2, they came back because they're like, okay, we're doing this, we're contesting this. This is the fight we take. They waited for Viper's TP to be up, for Viper's TP flanks. Like it was all very, I don't know, it just seemed very well timed, and this is impressive given that their academy coach had to step up in the absence of Saint. So. Yeah, FlyQuest. But of course, they also did play against teams that weren't as insane. So, I am curious to see once they start facing the higher echelon of teams if they can keep up. That's the same concern I share with my dark horse, Clutch Gaming. So, Clutch, they're gonna make Worlds this year, but I think what I really took the most from Clutch this week was that DeMonte is not shit, and that's what matters. Because I was the most worried about. It's Tanner time, baby. I was the most worried about DeMonte, because it's like last year we've had this conversation before where it's like he's a decent mid laner, but being decent isn't like good enough now because it's like a lot of players are decent. So even if you're decent, you end up being toward the bottom tier since most of those players are more similar. Like Academy is getting better too. So I don't know. DeMonte popping off was very important for me building more confidence in Clutch Gaming this week.
Mm-hmm.
And Hooney, it's the classic Hooney carry and then int thing. I know he said, "Oh, this year is just not just about me anymore. It's about helping the team." Dude, when Hooney died 4 times in the TSM game, I was like,
That's not. I don't think that's helping the team.
I thought that was maybe that was just a promotional interview.
Yeah, no.
Also, Lyra in form now. For envious Lyra. Glad that he was able to get the smite steal, not like last year where he couldn't smite. That was very unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah. Then let's go to TL. There's not much to talk about TL then, huh? I mean, they're just really good.
They played exactly as we thought they would. They would win both games.
I mean, it's good to see that Jensen was doing very well first game though as Cassio, because it was like, okay, if Doublelift's not absolutely smashing, how is Jensen playing it out? Is he just a supportive mid laner now? Is he going to take resources? But it's like, oh, Doublelift didn't completely smash. He did well, but it's not like overwhelming. Well, then we see Jensen like popping off on Cassio. So
yeah,
definitely looks like they're not having like internal issues off of those 2 games.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do predictions for this weekend.
All right, back on this. Let me pull up schedule real quick. Yep. LCS schedule. So tomorrow, Saturday, we have Echo Fox TSM, Cloud9 GGS. Yeah, I think TSM. I don't see Echo Fox pulling an upset there, unless Rush pops off. But then I think the strength of laners just play like. I looked at Solo's performance versus how Broken Blade's performance was, and I just don't see Solo winning that matchup. Unless they go for a take feet take matchup, then it's like what can you do?
Honestly, I think all of week 2, like day 1, is pretty set. Fox versus TSM. The expectation is TSM, right? C9 versus GGS. The people are going to expect C9. TL 100 Thieves. People will expect TL. FlyQuest CLG. People expect FlyQuest. Clutch versus Optic. People expect Clutch.
I think these are Clutch, but I think that one has the most variable.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like these are going to be the expectations because like none of the teams are extremely close in the standing, and again, it's low sample size for just 1 week of games. But given their pre-tournament rankings and the current standings they have, these don't seem like major things. Like you said, I agree though that Clutch Optic is the biggest chance of upset. But yeah,
I hope they upset. I'm rooting for my boys there.
What's your second biggest chance of upset? Because I think.
On that day?
Yeah. I think Fox TSM might be the second biggest chance of an upset on that day.
I'm going to be a dark horse. I think FlyQuest CLG.
Okay, so you think CLG comes back?
I think CLG could upset FlyQuest. I think that's very possible. I still think CLG could be a top team on paper.
Yeah.
It's just a bad week 1.
And I also think Power of Evil can match Pobelt there.
I think I just want to see what they do. Because they're talking about this 10-man roster. I think they need some actual synergy because it seemed like they threw in Wiggly and Fallen Bandit, but then they didn't put Wiggly with Darshan. So
it's very just like
10-man rosters are cool, but I feel like they have to find synergy first to make that happen.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go into week 2 then. Golden Guardians 100, or I mean, day 2. Golden Guardians 100 Thieves.
I want to say Golden Guardians so badly.
It's going to be 0-4, I think.
I want to say Golden Guardians.
Yeah, I think
because if 100 Thieves and Golden Guardians both lose their match in day 1, do you think 100 Thieves mental booms and Golden Guardians wins on day 2?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. The thing is like with 100 Thieves, I thought like the teams they played against both just got ahead of them, in early game, and Froggen's pretty much gonna have to pop off of Huhi to do so. I don't think like I don't think Hanser's going to pop off on Sunday, given the way they look like they wanted to play. I don't think Golden Guardians bot lane is going to smash 100 Thieves. It honestly has to be the mid-jungle duo from Golden Guardians that does something early game. And compared to TL and C9, I don't know how much I see that happening pretty much. So we haven't seen 100 Thieves in a situation where they actually get to mid or late game with Bang and have a team fight. So I actually do put 100 Thieves over Golden Guardians in this matchup. Because even though they lost in a pretty defeating fashion the last 2 games, the teams outclassed them and accelerated the game much earlier. And I just don't see Golden Guardians doing that as of their performance right now.
I think that's completely fair to say, to be honest. I just, I don't see. I think here the way I'm looking at it right now is if I look on Saturday, right? Cloud9 Golden Guardians is pretty dead set on Cloud9. I think TL is gonna stop 100 Thieves. I think Golden Guardians can recover better than 100 Thieves because Golden Guardians have less expectations based on them than 100 Thieves. So I think Golden Guardians are a bit can play around a bit freer, if that makes sense.
Okay. What about Optic Fox? Because I actually have no idea what to expect from this one.
I want to say, I think it depends on the Optic roster.
Right, I was going to say, even if the roster changes, I still don't know what to predict. Any matchup of it, I don't know how Optic plays.
I really hope Optic plays Dardox. I think Dardox Rush will be really, really fun to watch.
Meteos has promised the starting spot, though.
Fuck.
Meteos will be hella salty.
In any case, I think... I want to say Echo Fox. My heart says Echo Fox, but my brain says Optic.
You mean you're wanting Will to buy a jersey says Optic?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think Optic could actually win this game, which makes me sad.
No, think about it.
I have no faith in Echo Fox, really. Unless they put Rush on something that...
Can you imagine if Optic upsets Clutch, and then they beat Echo Fox? They'll be 3-1 at the end of the week, just to win 5 more games? To be positive? Or 6 more games to be positive, Will?
No. I just want them to lose. Just please. Just please lose.
So TL versus Clutch. Everyone's going to say TL. Prediction-wise, yeah, TL. But
I think
I'm going to be rooting
Clutch
for Clutch.
has a chance. I think Clutch has a chance. I legitimately think Clutch has I would say, not a big chance. I don't think it's over 45%.
I just look at it lane for lane, and man, after Doublelift got Core JJ, if it was Doublelift, if it was the TL from last season, I'd be like, oh yeah, I actually am predicting Clutch. You know what I mean? But the TL of this season, they got Core JJ and Jensen. It's actually going to be pretty hard for Clutch to overcome that. I honestly think the biggest factor of this is the Core JJ part, because it's Ole was a huge factor on being able to take down Doublelift in lane, especially if you have another AD carry like Piglet. With Core JJ, I just don't see that happening. Core JJ is a very competent support. He's very consistent. He doesn't have these big int moments. So I can't predict Clutch for this, but I'll be spamming some Tanner time in chat.
Of course you will.
TSM FlyQuest. I mean, the battle of Will and Michael. All right, duke it out. Duke it out. Duke it out.
I think TSM.
Duke it out, you monkeys.
I think Broken Blade Viper is extremely volatile, but historically, Bjergsen has POB's number on a lot of matchups.
FlyQuest.
Also,
didn't
Bjergsen
Bjergsen have a POB's number or Jensen's number and they lost to C9?
Yeah, but that's as a team they lost. I don't think Bjergsen was.
It's not about the 1v1. It's about the team v team, and FlyQuest is a team. They're together. FlyQuest dub. FlyQuest.
If you look at the individual parts.
Snickers.
But these.
I love Snickers.
I know you mean it, but if you look at the individual parts that make up this team, I think TSM individually.
I think TSM's individually stronger, but as a team, I think FlyQuest.
hey, to be fair, that's what we said about Golden Guardians, because Golden Guardians is not playing well as a team. They are individually stronger than a lot of players, but they have not played well as a team.
Yeah, FlyQuest showed us that their team fighting and shot calling is great.
But TSM already showed glimpses of brilliance, in their 100 Thieves game, the way they played around the Smoothie's re-engages and through Bjergsen's Bjergsen's Zillion. I think it will be a close game, but I'd argue TSM wins.
Do you think it's because they might learn from their series against Clutch, how to advance their lead better? Or not series, their best of one. I was gonna say FlyQuest looked very confident in their plays, but it's does TSM get ahead early, and do they know how to not to press that with the Clutch? Because FlyQuest, if TSM doesn't do anything, I fully believe FlyQuest comes back and makes team fights happen. I don't see FlyQuest getting ahead early, but
Yeah, I think TSM can win this. I'd say 60-40 TSM.
I have no prediction for this one. This is just like up in the air for me. I have no idea. But yeah. Okay. So that's TSM FlyQuest. And last game of the night. Wow, so depressing. CLG versus C9.
Ooh, C9.
Yeah.
I think C9's looking really good as well.
I think Cloud9 wins, but there's something about COG where every time I say like, oh, they lost this, they somehow pull a win out of their ass.
Yeah,
You know, every time I doubt COG.
Gotta get those CLG boys to win.
I don't know, man.
I think Cloud9 wins though. I think Cloud9.
PoE's been playing well. Like, I don't think he's gonna int into Jensen. In fact, I think he'll match Jensen perfectly. He shouldn't int into him.
He'll be like Niski, not Jensen.
I think PoE is better than Niski. Oh wait, shit. Oh, it's Niski. Right. Wait. Actually, yeah, it's PoE versus Niski. I actually think PoE beats Niski. Yeah, I actually think PoE is better than Niski. At least as of what I've seen.
If Stixay Biofrost can't get a lead against Sneaky, I'll be pretty disappointed.
I mean, they couldn't get a lead against Asta and Gate.
Sneaky consistently is one of the bottom people in lane.
But dude, they could. Asta was CS lead.
I know, man. It should. Darsha versus Liquor should be super Liquor, unless it's Fallen Bandit.
But even it's Liquor's favored, in my opinion.
I think, I think whoever goes against Licorice is literally just gonna be on tank duty, probably. Yeah. I don't think they go carry v carry versus Licorice.
Yeah, I mean, C9's the prediction here, pretty much. Yeah. Alright, well, I mean, that's everything we covered pretty much last time. It's a bit more abridged here. You know, apologies for the audio stuff. But, yeah, that's it. Anything you guys...
episode next week.
Anything else you guys wanted to say?
Follow me on Twitch.
Hashtag FlyQuest.
No. Other than that, I'll give you a chance for that after, Michael.
FlyQuest. FlyQuest.
Okay, I think bold prediction. I guess not so bold. I think Echo Fox has potential to go 2-0 in this week, but I think they don't 1-1. I think they actually beat Optic. As much as I want to root for Optic, I think Echo Fox can actually beat Optic here.
Bold prediction: FlyQuest top 4.
I mean, they're what, 32-0? Aren't they top 4 technically right
Clutch
now?
Gaming
top
Worlds.
4 at the end of the season.
Clutch Gaming, first NA team to make World Finals.
Yeah, first NA team to make World Finals with 3 Koreans.
Yeah.
One's Piglet's not import anymore. He's a
You know what I mean?
You know what World Finals is gonna be this year? All right. Here's the groups for Worlds this year. Okay, in the quarterfinals, we're gonna have 3 NA teams or semis. It's gonna be 3 NA teams and 1 Korean team. You wanna know what those teams are gonna be? 100 Thieves,
SKT.
Optic, Clutch, and SKT, and they're gonna duke it out because they have Bang, and that's all that matters.
They have Huhi. You wanna see Huhi versus Faker?
Yeah, dude, I wanna see Huhi versus Faker and make Bang suffer.
Huhi won against Faker in MSI 2016.
Aurelion Soul one trick. My bad. They lost that best of 3.
No,
they lost the best of 5.
In the best of 1 though.
Dude, I don't give a shit. CLG got fucking destroyed
He
by.
popped off in 2016 against Rocks with the ASL. That was the 11-1 game.
Oh, dude, when he destroyed Prey, like one combo.
Yeah, he one comboed him while they were trying to wait for him.
All right. Anyways, listen. I'm just saying, man. SKT, my boys. Thank God they beat Dom 1 this week, because that would have been unfortunate if they did not. And now we get to see who is it versus someone versus Griffin tonight? Oh, SKT versus Griffin tonight is actually happening
tonight. I think it's Griffin favored.
Oh no, my boys.
Are you staying up for that, Jack?
Fuck no.
I just stay up for it, dude. We don't have class tomorrow, fuck you.
That's gonna be at like 4 a.m., isn't it?
No, it's like 2.
2.
Yeah.
If we all stay up for it, I would.
I'm already gonna be up, so.
Yeah, it's up to you. I'll stay up for it. I'll stay up
Fuck you guys, I hate you all. Okay,
Oh wait, no, Jack, you don't get to pull this because you're always roping me. It's like Michael stay up and watching anime with us so Will can watch it.
You haven't ever done that yet.
Well, no one cares about your work. Walgreens is stupid. Please stay and watch one more game.
This is literally the same position. I'm agreeing to it.
Yeah, but I have a.
Yeah, but this is cool. You can see SKT versus Griffin.
Oh yeah, I get to stay up until 3 a.m. and watch SKT
and watch
lose.
them lose.
Wow, just like every other time I stayed up to watch SKT play.
But what if they win? Wouldn't they be worth it?
I've never stayed up and watched SKT win, except for last year when they played against Genji that one time. I saw them win. I was like, yes, vengeance for Worlds. But like, legit, I'm pretty sure every time I stay up to watch SKT, they get fucking doused. And this happened in 2017 too. Like,
but this time will be different. Probably.
This time will be different, Jack. This time will be different, Jack. Because It's Griffin, and you haven't watched him play Griffin yet.
I'm pretty sure Griffin doused on them last year in 2018.
It'll be different, Jack. Where's your faith?
This
Where's
time
your faith in your team?
I didn't buy the SKT Faith jersey. I bought the 2017 jersey because that's the year that we were hyped and then got destroyed. It's a remembrance of pain that I'll keep with me forever, Michael.
Oh, God.
If SKT makes Worlds this year, though, I'll buy their 2018 jersey. Yeah. Or 2019 jersey, sorry.
If Immortals makes Worlds this year,
Yeah, Immortals exists. Heck.
I'll watch them at the Rainbow Six Siege Invitational.
What are some things you guys would do this year? If Clutch makes Worlds, I'll buy a Clutch jersey. If Optics makes Worlds, I'll buy an Optic jersey. If 100 Thieves... Not 100 Thieves, actually. Not 100 Thieves. I'm not interested in them.
If Team Liquid makes Worlds, I'll buy a Team Liquid jersey.
Well, no, I actually want to support
TSM
these teams, though, is what I mean.
If TSM gets out of groups, I will buy 2 TSM jerseys. I'll buy
For,
a TSM jersey
for
already.
us. For us to wear.
No.
Wait, Michael, hear me out. If TSM makes it out of groups this year at Worlds, you
Okay.
buy some TSM jerseys for us, and we'll wear them to club every day for a year.
I'm not wearing them. I'm not wearing
I would
them.
wear
Wait,
it.
no,
too.
no. They're also hella expensive, like $60 each, dude.
Yeah, I know. That's why in this situation I actually win because then I get a free jersey and it's lit. 'Cause
No.
I actually like
No.
TSM jerseys.
Yeah, it's they're black.
Yeah.
I don't like TSM, so I won't wear it.
But you liked Optic enough to wear an Optic jersey?
No,
Michael,
I don't like Optic.
Michael, I'd be willing to make that.
This is a
Yeah,
bad
Michael, what if yeah? So TSM makes it out of groups this year, and you buy me a TSM jersey, and I'll wear it.
But
every
you don't
year.
lose anything out of it. You get to wear a jersey that you like stylistically.
Yeah.
You don't pay any money.
Well, I have
No,
to
I'm not
support.
taking this bet.
I have to support TSM and be one of you Bay Life fuckboys. I hate the Bay, dude. I'm from Chicago. I hate you fucking Bay Lifers.
I don't like TS. The only jerseys I'd actually wear would be but I'd actually buy out of choice would be a Liquid jersey, Immortals jersey, or FlyQuest.
Would you wear a road jersey if I bought it for you for the Rainbow Six stuff?
Would you buy me if I wore?
Wait, Will, what if?
Why Rogue? I hate
Well,
Rogue.
if TL
Yeah,
if TL makes it out of groups of Worlds this year, what if you buy me a TL jersey? I'll
Will I
wear
buy
it.
a Liquid jersey?
Buy me a Liquid jersey and I'll have to
Oh.
wear it. I hate the Liquid jersey, by the way, because it's blue.
Why?
And...
I feel like this is you asking for free shit.
Oh no! If Team Liquid makes it out of groups this year,
My
Jack wants
friends
to
buy
a
me a
Liquid
jersey.
I hate Liquid. Ugh,
All right,
gross.
wait, Michael. How about this? I'll buy a TSM jersey and wear it if TSM makes it out of groups this year.
Alright, what's my
But no, this is not
a.
this is not a bet yet. I want to see it toward the end of the year. But that's what I mean. We'll do something like this once it gets toward Worlds.
Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do
Do we
something like
do
this.
it? Do we do it once we see the groups or before we see?
No,
the groups?
before we see the groups. It's more exciting before we see the groups.
Oh
Yeah, that's
my
right,
God,
bitch.
Team TSM
You know what TSM's gonna get grouped into? TSM's gonna be
Griffin?
first. No. So here's a few ways it pans out. TSM, I want them to get so they get first seed in NA,
Yeah.
and then IG gets third seed China, and SKT gets second seed Korea, and that's the group they're in. IG and SKT. Fucking luck.
How would you feel TSM gets out of that group and SKT doesn't?
I wouldn't shoot myself, but I'd be very disappointed. In fact, I'd be so disappointed that I would not buy the SKT jersey.
Would you buy a TSM jersey?
No.
Come
I'd
on,
be
dude. I'll root for your NA boys.
I mean, I
You bleed
support.
American. You bleed barbecue sauce. How can you not root for NA?
Yeah, I also bleed Szechuan peppercorn, bitch.
Yeah,
So-
that's SAT.
actually-
It's China.
I'm actually glad Immortals didn't get a spot in EU because I don't even know if I'd want to cheer for an EU team.
Oh, EU's too
Dude.
filthy for you?
Yeah. Imagine if EU had the roster of Rogue. I mean, Immortals had the roster of Rogue. Ugh. Tragic. I'd rather not be there than.
I
than
mean,
be there
hey man,
than-
there's a lot of former Immortals players still around. You have Hooney,
Yeah, I know.
you know, you have
That's
Turtle.
why I cheer for FlyQuest because they have 2 now.
What about
No,
the best jungler Emerald's ever had?
Reino.
Over.
Game over. He's not
Uh,
playing anymore.
Smithy's my favorite player. That's why I cheer for him.
I liked when
Not even double lift. I like double lift a lot,
fucking-
but like,
Fucking
Smithy's my
Julie
favorite
swears to
player.
God that like me and Smithy look so much alike.
That's because you're both Filipino and she's racist, dog. She doesn't want to admit it because she's a feminist. I'm kidding.
Smithy is one of the best players NA's ever had international.
So the thing with that is that I don't know. I saw the interview right with Hooney after their win day one right as Clutch, and Hooney was just like, yeah, you know, there is a really good player, and I'm a really good player. This could be like the new Hooney Rainover, and everyone in the chat's just like, oh, cry Rainover, and then everyone's like, wait, where's Rainover? And I was like, where is Rainover?
He's not even on an academy spot. No one wants to use an
I think he's in
import
Korea
spot.
right now or something. I don't even know.
No, he's a resident NA.
Shit, really?
Yeah, he's been a resident NA.
Dude, what is going on? All right, Rainover's fucked. That. Whew.
I think he's a resident this year, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see.
Well, you know who you look like? You look like Kelby May when he goes on Hotline League.
I look like
Yeah.
Toby?
Yeah,
Why?
because you're white and have the same general appearance. I don't know.
Wow. Awesome.
Just like how Michael looks like X Smithy. You know?
Oh, never mind. Rainer is still a Korean resident,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
but he's been in NA for 4 years. 3 years.
Oh damn! So you only needed one more year to get the residency.
Now he's not on the team. But I still think he's in NA, though.
Yeah. Any exciting things for? So spring finals are gonna be near us.
His Twitter is still CLG Rainover, which is kind of funny.
So the spring finals this year are gonna be in St. Louis,
St. Louis.
which is like a 4-hour drive from us.
We going, boys?
If we split an Airbnb, I'd be down to go.
What's an Airbnb? I hear that all the time,
It's a
but
cheaper
I don't.
hotel. It's a cheaper hotel. You rent out like an apartment from someone else for cheaper than a hotel.
Oh yeah. Well, no,
It's
but like,
usually
what
50% cheaper.
if we just went on the one day for finals? Like, you drive there finals and then drive back.
Well, here's the thing. It's April 13th, so we can totally.
Are we out of
it'll be a
school by
lot of-
April 13th?
No, we're still in school. We're out of school like by May, like May 1st.
God damn it! I just want to go to summer finals and not.
But that
deal
whole
with-
weekend is gonna be like an LCS fest instead of like
Yeah.
giveaways and stuff.
Dude, that sucks. I probably can't go then, but I don't know. I hope summer finals are in Chicago or something. That'd be lit, dude.
Well, if you want to go, I'll split gas money and like be an Airbnb with you. So I can watch
Yeah,
LCS finals. Yeah.
Depends who goes.
Yeah, it depends if I'm
If the
busy that
finals
weekend.
if the finals are TSM clutch, I ain't going. But
What if it's Optic and Clutch, Will? Who you have a jersey for?
I'm still not
Wait,
going.
both of you would have a jersey if it's Optic and Clutch, because Optic would have had to go on positive,
Yeah.
and Clutch would be top 3, that means.
What if it's a TSM
Oh,
team liquid?
Michael, we have to adjust our bet
No,
because there's no more third place match.
Technically, I might not have an Optic jersey. What if the league was so bad that they were not positive and they still made playoffs?
That's possible, but
Yeah.
Michael,
Oh, there's no third, fourth place match.
there's no
right?
third, fourth place match, so do we just count their wins and losses then, including the best of 3s, and then after all their after the playoffs, then we count who's you know what I mean, like win loss.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Because that's like similar. That's similar in the sense to what would have been a third place match if we look at all
Yeah.
the best of the wins and losses over the course of their playoff games. Because that would assume that they get out of quarterfinals and make it to semifinals.
Yeah.
So I think
So,
that's a fair way to
okay.
do it.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. So we count them versus
Yeah.
the other team that would have lost then, and see which
Yeah.
team has better win loss.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
is actually a worse bet for me, I feel like, because Clutch has a better chance of upsetting on the particular day than being consistent throughout the season for win loss. So,
Yeah. But for all you know, they could be consistent and go 18-0.
yeah, so I mean, you never know. Immortals won 18 or something, and they got
17-1. They got upset by TSM.
Yeah, Immortal.
Was that 2017 or 2018?
That was 2016 summer or 2016 spring when he got 3-0'd by TSM. That was the spring of Yellow Star.
Wait, that was Huni Rainover Immortals with Pobelter
Turtle.
and Adrian.
Adrian.
Yeah, Adrian. Yeah.
What was 2017 Immortal? Was 2017? I know the roster, but were they good?
They were solid.
Okay.
They were solid. They weren't the best team, but they were definitely solid.
When was Dardock the jungler for Immortals? Was that
He wasn't
early?
even- He wasn't even
He
a
was.
full split though.
It was like
that
was
was
it
the
early?
flame-
Was it
that was
early
flame
2017?
Dardock.
That was 2017 though. That would have been like early 2017, and then after Breaking Point. Well, Breaking Point was 2016, right? So
Wait, let me look up. Let me look that up. So I'm curious now.
Because then they swapped with TL,
That was
and then that's how
oh,
it's
that was the flame Dardock Walter Cody's son Ole. That was that year. That was
Yeah, and then
2016.
they swapped over X Smithy to
No, not in 2016. That was 20.
That was.
Yeah, it was
It was on
2017.
Immortals,
and then they-
December 2016 and May 2017.
Yeah, it was 2017.
It was
They traded for X Smithy.
and then
Yeah.
Dardock ended up going back to Team Liquid because of it.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
after he got kicked off though already.
No, he went to
the-
Echo Fox. He went to Echo Fox afterwards.
Oh,
he
I
went
thought there was a
to-
trade that went down in order for that to happen.
It was a
went
three-way. It was a
to-
three-way trade
Yeah.
with
Oh.
CLG. Because,
Immortal CLG, Team Liquid, Echo Fox, but
Oh, it was CLG.
went for-
Okay.
they signed Team Liquid. They signed him on Team Liquid for like a
Yeah.
day, and then sent him to Echo Fox. It was like literally the same month.
I see.
So yeah.
I hope more drama comes out about all the signings this year. It was very interesting hearing about like Peanut and potentially like going to NA.
I just want them to interview.
Crown.
No, the GM for Echo Fox and the GM for Optic, just to see what was going through their minds during. Because I really think that Optic and Echo Fox both had stuff like
Planned?
potential signings,
Yeah.
and they planned this, and then like it all fell through, and then they were like, oh wow, well we have to get Arrow now, and then like
Optic,
they're like to get Phoenix.
Optic wanted Dardoch originally, but I'm pretty sure they wanted Prey.
Yeah.
Like they were gunning for Prey, and then Prey fucking retired, and then Optic was like, well, shit. All right, where's Arrow? Where's his number? I think that's what happened to Optic.
That's how I felt about Echo Fox. I felt like they're just like they signed Rush in a panic, and then they're like, we need a mid laner. All the guns are taken. Let's just get Phoenix.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay.
Michael, how would you feel if DeMonte took over as the best mid laner in NA talent?
Until you win the LCS Cup, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Tanner from high school.
It's Tanner from high school, dude. It's Tanner time. The monster. Do you think TSM has a chance against TL in a playoff setting if TSM does well the rest of the split? Because it's like the whole Jensen can't play against Beerson thing. Jensen would have lost. Like, remember the series against TL in the summer, or C9 in the summer for TSM.
Are you talking about TSM right now versus Team Liquid right now?
No. I'm just saying, like last summer. Remember when TSM faced Cloud9 and they had to bring in Golden Glue because for some reason Jensen just couldn't play against Beerson.
I think TSM loses 3-1.
Okay.
I don't see TSM beating TL. I think TL's just running way too much momentum. I think TSM has spurred.
But player for player, I still think TSM's good, and with the additional coaching staff, like I know last year you could say the same thing that player for player, TSM was potentially better than.
Oh, you're talking about this year's roster? I thought you were talking about last year's roster.
No, this year's roster. Yeah.
Are we assuming Acadian starting?
Yeah, I'm assuming things stay relatively similar. Is there a world that they beat them? Because I think player for player, TSM.
I think it'd be 3-2 either way, but I think 3-2 60% of the time, like 6 out of 10 times, will be TL. I think the other 4 are TSM.
So I think there'd be a 3-1 Liquid.
In my mind, I actually think the series, like if TL wins, I don't think it's close if TL wins, because I think if TL wins, it's usually like if they win the series, it'll be like a very overwhelming, like they clearly came in with a better
finals last year.
Yeah, they would come in with a clearly like much better like mindset and how they want to approach the game, blah blah blah. Whereas if TSM wins, I see it as a very scrappy series where TL is a bit more caught off guard. Since TSM's player can match them position for position, it ends up being a bit back and forth, and then TSM would like, in that situation is when I see TSM winning. At least in my mind.
That's my favorite thing about the finals last year is everyone was on the desk was like, oh, it's gonna be a 3-2, it's gonna be a tough hard-fought series, and I'm like, it's either gonna be Cloud9 wins 3-2 or it's gonna be Liquid stomps them. Like,
yeah.
It's gonna be one of the two scenarios. Like everyone just overhyped Cloud9 going into that final because they were 10th place to.
What would you guys be most upset about if so this year's gauntlet, this year's World's Gauntlet? What would you guys be most upset about if what happens in the gauntlet? Like some team upsets your team. What would you be most upset about?
Oh, who would which team would I be most upset about upsetting my team?
Yeah, upsetting a team that you like, or in general.
I think Clutch upsetting TSM would make me like want to kill myself.
I thought we were talking about Worlds.
No, I mean in Gauntlet. In Gauntlet this year, yeah.
Oh, I think Liquid's not gonna be in Gauntlet, so I'd be mad if FlyQuest lost to TSM.
So but just your two teams?
I don't think it's really unrealistic. But
it's fair enough.
I thought you were talking about Worlds. I was like,
I see we've.
Worlds, I'd be so mad if like Liquid got knocked out by like 3rd CDU. Like that would be so sad.
They not get knocked out by Rogue or something.
I'd get mad if they got knocked out by G2 too.
Why G2 specifically?
I just don't like G2.
I mean G2 is a pretty good team.
I don't like Yankos, Ronald McDonald looking at us.
Do you like do you like those clips of Yankos? Like whenever he does something, he like gets up and starts screaming. Like those clips.
I don't like Cavs either.
I like being hyphy as fuck, dude.
Perks is the only one on Perks and Wonder are like the only two I really like on G2.
I thought Wonder's Twitter game was fire last split when
I can
Fnatic
just
lost.
respect them.
Yeah.
I don't like Fnatic. I don't like a.
Is Fnatic making Worlds this year?
Yeah. I don't like any EU team actually, so.
I like G2 and Misfits, so.
I like Misfits actually, so yeah, Misfits.
Yeah, I like the young Hansama.
I don't like Cavs. I don't like Yankos. So.
Michael, any Any so Michael, what situation are you getting your Griffin jersey?
If Griffin makes the world, I'll buy a Griffin jersey.
Okay.
You know what? I'll make another one. If Griffin win the spring LCK, I'll actually buy a Griffin jersey if they're in stock.
Really?
Yeah.
That means Griffin would go to MSI.
No, that means they still win LCK.
Yeah, no, I just mean like the Griffin's the team that LCK would be sending to MSI then.
Yeah. If Griffin win MSI, I'll buy their jersey. Like in any scenario, I do want to get a Griffin jersey, so. I think I'm with Tarzan. Yep, oh my boy.
You'd get the Tarzan one.
Yeah, easy.
Big brain, 200 IQ.
Big brain, 200 IQ.
Big Griffin
not
Joey jersey.
Not this NA poser, Tarzan. Just like his stuff, like he's a wannabe and not worth anymore.
Wow, toxic.
Yeah. I'm on a level 5, dude. How am I toxic?
Surprised you're not an Smithy fan, Michael. He's been pulling out the Lee Sin. He's the same blood as you.
Yeah, but Tarzan played Evelyn in a meta that doesn't suit Evelyn, dude.
Yeah, but Smithy's your boy, homie.
Yeah.
Smithy's my favorite player.
I honestly think my favorite jungler in NA is still Dardoch. I think Dardoch's.
Or aren't you an Optic fan then?
Because I wanted him on TSM, damn it.
I mean, they have Acadian, who's a more balanced.
Dude, he
Dardoch.
couldn't play on TSM. That team would be so like, ugh, yikes.
I want to see 100 Thieves Dardoch.
Now that would be a
feel
super
like
team that just explodes with a bunch of different.
I want to see 100 Thieves
I'll be
Dardoch,
right
but
back. I
that would blow up.
I want to see CLG Dardoch, baby.
Why?
I don't know, just because.
That team like.
C9 Dardoch. Ooh.
Wait, who's C9's jungler right now? Sven. Sven.
But then you gotta split up the Swole Bros.
Yeah.
They gotta expand. They gotta add one more team in. They gotta add 2 more teams in. They gotta add an Immortals, and they gotta add what's another team that they could add? I don't know. Phase. I don't know.
We don't have enough. The problem is we don't have enough like player base to add more teams. Like China's playing 16 teams now, right? Because it's
Yeah,
like,
I know, but like, you know, you can throw a 2 extra teams in there. You can get the Immortals roster. You can get Dardoch from Optic Academy. You can get Cody-san. You can snag who are some other Academy players? Mike Young, Matt. No, Mike Young, we are a jungler. Not even Matt.
Golden Glue?
Yeah, Golden Glue would be the middle laner. Dardoch, jungle. Cody-san, ADC. Flame, top lane.
Matt support.
I'd probably take someone else over Matt, but sure, Matt, that's fine.
Is that your NA super?
That would be my Immortals roster if they could expand.
Oh,
Take Flame.
dude, that team sounds so bad.
Yeah, but
You'd root for them just because they're
Wait.
Immortals? Is there anyone on that team you'd even like?
what? I'd like Dardoch. I like Cody-san.
You like Cody Dunn?
I like my boy Golden Glue. You think that team is worse than Equifox?
Not
Or
worse, just like.
I think they're like pretty on par.
I was gonna say they're on par. Though.
I think that might be better than Equifox.
I just think they're on par. Is the thing. It's like-
Flame, Dardoch, Golden Glue, and then Cody-san, Matt. I think that one might be better than
Yeah, dude, I don't know, man.
we're on par with. I'd root for them because they're Immortals, but
Just you'd root, instead of rooting for your boy X Smithy on TL.
I don't know. I'd still root for my boy X Smithy on TL.
So
I
what
would
if it was
just root-
Immortals versus TL?
in the finals?
Yeah.
That'd be a shocker. That roster could get you to finals.
Yes.
the-
Who'd you root for then?
It's the brand versus the player. It's the old argument.
Like again.
Would you root for SKT if they had to go against Faker?
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's the question. You
Okay,
asked.
but what team did Faker? No, I would root for SKT because if Faker leaves SKT, it's over. I don't care about Faker anymore.
You think SKT exists without Faker?
Probably not, but at the same time, Faker, I like him on SKT. He's the franchise player. It just has to be that way. The
Yeah, no,
world.
but you basically asked me to pick between my favorite.
I'm
player
telling you,
and-
I'd root for SKT. I wouldn't root for Faker. I'd root
Yeah.
for SKT because there's other mid laners
I'd
who are
root for
good.
X Smithy because why not?
I root for SKT in this situation because I think there's other good mid
Immortals is
laners.
gone. It left.
And there's that video of you screaming over Immortals in the car.
Immortal. Alright. Are we ending the podcast here?
We'll end it after Michael gets back.
I think this might be longer than.
No, the
last
other one was an hour and 20 minutes, I'm pretty sure.
How long is this one?
Almost an hour. We'll end it once Michael gets back, though. But yeah. Oh, we got to think of some other interesting shit to fill time for Mike. Oh, there's Michael. All right. Hello, Michael. All right. Anything else you guys wanted to say? We're gonna cut it off.
Nothing much. That's about it.
All right. Well, if you guys want to tell the viewers where they can find you.
You can find me at twitch.tv/lawsofphysix and on Twitter at lphysix.
Twitch.tv/Skieco. Twitter.com/Skieco_.
Oh, nice. You didn't forget the underscore this time. Anyways, so that's going to be all for this week's episode of slashff. It's episode 3 of season 9. Tune in next week for another one and, hopefully more meaningful discussion as sample size increases for games. Other than that, this is Jack signing out.